Sitters, what's good? This is Joey Edge along with Chris Martinez.
What's happening?
And we are front porch sitting. Supposed to have another guest here tonight, but he ain't showed up yet. I'm a little disappointed by that. He'll be here soon. I'm positive of it.
You'll be all right, man.
Oh, buddy. Oh, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. We bike. We ain't bike.
He's like, on the way? What does that mean?
We're supposed to be right here. What are you talking about? We bike. Jake Kennedy said, go Chance. Chanticleers. Anyways, always been a Chant baseball fan. Whatever. Not a big Coastal Carolina guy myself. They got an ugly field.
Wow. All right, so I'm going to read this here. Here we go. We have a little bit of a discrepancy here on the front porch already. First things first. Clayton said I was told Clayton was going to be on the show. We did Colorado wind shares tonight for Clayton. Turns out that Joey never texted him back. Clayton said LOL clown show. Guy never texted him back. Joey has it appears as if he's just checked his text messages.
I told him what we were doing.
Okay.
I said, if you want to join in on the fun, unless you want to do Colorado, up to y'all. I can come and hang out or jump in. Either is good with me. Will be a good time. I assumed, this is my fault for assuming, that meant I'll be there.
Yeah. When you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me.
Apparently it does.
That's the word assume.
My fault for assuming. I should not have done that.
Man, Mr. Hosford, he's probably watching from the beach. I am very jealous of that. I imagine that's a good spot right now. What's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm good. A little tired tonight, but I'm good.
I am tired.
Really?
I am freaking tired.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've been good, man. I've been good for a couple of weeks now. I've been getting up early, and I feel good going throughout my day. And I don't know, for whatever reason today, I'm not. I'm a little on the tired side.
I mean, I got done with summer workouts today, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
What time did y'all get done?
We got kicked off the field because of heat at like 1:30, which is enough.
Yeah.
We had enough. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's accumulation of just being hot, tired. I don't know, but I was feeling it today. I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah.
Little B12 back in action.
Okay.
Quick vitamins, you know what I'm saying? So I feel great. It's gonna be a great show. We won't be like dragging the show out, but.
No,
God no. But I feel it a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel it a little bit.
Yeah. Trey, good evening. Good evening to Trey. On the beach.
That boy's living life, man.
When do you come back, big dog?
Saturday. He comes back right after us.
Cam Cooey says, CHSD linemen look good at the FSU camp today. I see you, Coach Martinez.
That's encouraging. I think Cooey, we got a good group, man. I think we got a real good group. And my boy Underwood, I guess they had like a 4-star at the camp or something like that. I think my boy Underwood, 0-star, made him feel him a little bit. So
0-star?
He ain't got nothing.
That's a little.
He has a few offers, but he doesn't have any stars by his name.
Yeah, that's a little outrageous. That's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We like that. Appreciate that, Cooey. Look out for those boys, man. Anytime they get up there, I know y'all look out for them, man.
Coastal's coach is a stud. You have to admit, dude was tweeting out prospect camps dates while kicking booty in Omaha. I don't dislike Coastal. I was just kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do like their coach. He's a fiery guy. I like a good fiery coach.
He is. You know who's a really good fiery guy?
Tell me.
John Woodley.
John Woodley is a little fiery.
Woodley, he can get there. I can promise you. They had a massive sale, so if any of you guys that went out there and supported them this past weekend, greatly appreciate it. He was very pleased with the turnout. They did very well. So any of you that did that or was part of that, man, we sure appreciate you. But Joey, if you want to go see those folks or give them a call, I know in all honesty, they do have to like restock. I think he sold almost all of his weapons that he was running a sale on. I should say there's still inventory in the building,
right.
What was for
sale,
sale, they sold it out like pretty quick. So goes to him, call him. John's good people. He'll do right by you.
Agreed.
Does great for the community, like we talk about every single time. Does great for us every single time. So, Joey, if they want to give John a call at the gun store, what is the number? And single me up. I need to fix my camera.
386.
Single you up.
24. Single me up. 386-243-8587. 386-243-8587. This number to JW Weaponry. My guy John is as good as it gets as a person, and he is just as good as a businessman. Give him a call. We'll go by and see him at JW Weaponry. Let me lock it in there now.
I think we're good, bro. Yeah, better. I like it.
Yeah, good.
I was a little bit too high, a little too low on the screen. Now maybe a little bit too high, but it'll be all right.
That's fine. We're good.
We'll
good.
work it out.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah, Jake, I tried to do that. A little play on words, man. Dad jokes. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Missed that.
Father's Day.
We love you guys. Those who don't know how to prioritize life, be present in their children's life. What we got tonight? Where do you want to start? We have a full show. I feel like we say it every time, and it's like redundant.
Yeah.
But it's actually accurate. I know for sure we have win shares. So we're going to talk about a preview of Colorado. Because Clayton
was supposed to be here.
But he's in the chat, so I'm sure he'll have his little his takes to get off.
Yeah.
Hot or not, they'll be in the chat. And then in addition to that, we also have Clemson. So we'll go each coast here. We'll talk about two been pretty prominent programs here in the past year.
Yeah. One makes a lot of noise, and the other one has won championships. So that's it's
touche.
Hey, before we do that, Chris, did you watch? You mentioned Sunday being Father's Day. Did you watch any of the U.S. Open on Father's Day?
A little bit, man. I saw more of like the recap highlights, Joey. I can't lie to you. I did not watch it live. I was ultra busy playing with the children, doing that. But I watched them kind of cook my boy Sam Burns a little bit.
Bro, that
was bad, right? Am I wrong? Because I only saw
bad.
I only saw one side of the coin.
It was only one side of the coin.
Okay. They did my guy dirty, right?
He was standing in a puddle.
Right. When you put
the
pressure,
ball was in a puddle.
Right.
Like,
how do you say doesn't? So the ruling is water has to be visible. Is that correct?
That's the ruling.
My boy Newton. Summer football has your tan rocking. Yeah. We don't hide from that sun out there, my guy.
What's up, nerd?
Hey, I'm gonna shout my boy Riley out in a little bit.
Let's do that. I'm with
you. Want to do it right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Shout out Riley Reed, man. My guy Riley. How do we want to call this? Caught up a little bit in the shuffle at Union County with the superintendent. Probably made a move that was rather unprecedented. Got rid of a very, 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 very good coach, winning coach. A lot of the staff are extremely loyal guys, majority of them, and so they all also kind of opted out. And what I mean by that is they did not support the decision that was made, and they're going to support their guy. So they've looked elsewhere for work. I'm sure Riley doesn't mind. He's already made it known.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. So.
He got a linebacker job with a very nice day job associated with it at Lowndes in South Georgia. Big time gig, big time program. I told someone the other day, Joey, I said Riley will be a linebacker coach there for as long as Riley wants to be a linebacker coach there.
Yeah.
Like he'll jump up and move around if he so chooses. Exceptional coach, great guy, good friend. Come hung out with us the other night.
He did. That's the first time I've seen Riley in a long time. I really miss hanging out with Riley. He's
I'm happy as hell for him, man.
Yeah,
it's like it's one of those situations where like you don't really understand it in the moment, but boy, it sure worked out great for him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well deserved too. He deserves that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna shy away from that. He deserves it.
Absolutely, no, he earned. No, and he's had other opportunities.
Right.
Very recently that he could have jumped at and took and turned him down to stay home in Lake Butler, and I'm glad he got rewarded. I'm glad he didn't get stuck in a bad situation because he stayed loyal to someone else.
Yeah.
Shout out Riley, man, good dude.
Absolutely. Shout out Riley. Back to Sam Burns.
Yeah, they cheated my guy
for sure. I thought that it was a bad decision. I also had Sam Burns in our pool, so maybe I had a little bit of monetary value.
A little bit of Sam Burns, little Sam Burns out there.
Yeah, I had a little Sam Burns out there, so it hurt my feelings, and I knew as soon as he had to hit the shot that it was That was all she wrote.
That sucks, man. I hate that for my guy. Don't read that comment yet. We're getting to it. I hate that for my guy. Like, because he was playing very, very well and just kind of fell apart right then. And
He
someone's
did.
like, what do you do at that point?
It was one swing, and he wasn't playing great before that, but
No.
he was doing enough to stay in the tournament.
He was going to hold on. Yeah.
He was doing enough to stay in the tournament.
Yeah.
And was right there at the end with a chance until 15, and they got him. They got him pretty good on that.
That's tough.
It was tough, but who didn't get got was JJ Spawn because he played lights out
Yeah.
for the last 12 holes.
Yep.
Like he really. How do you feel about like the Oakmont setup, like the even par being the winner or -1 this time? But like, how do you feel about it? Is that something you like?
Me personally, yes.
I do
It
too.
makes me feel like they're more human. I hate to see somebody winning with 20 under.
I
That
like
doesn't
it.
mean that I don't like it.
I like it at times. I think there's a place for everything, right? I think that 20 under is cool because it shows you that you can just bomb, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that this course was set up so well in the fact that you could play it so many different ways.
Yes, sir.
And the biggest thing is you had to hit the fairway. If you don't hit the fairway, you are in trouble.
You're not finding the ball. Like,
Yeah.
they said they had double the spotters than normal.
Yes.
Because if they miss it, they miss it. Like, the ball's gone. Right?
Right.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Absolutely crazy.
Jay
But-
Kennedy said, watching all those professionals miss the fairway made me feel good about my golf game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for me personally. For 1 week, I love the U.S. Open because of this. Like I know at the Masters,
Yeah.
it's the mystique of the whole
Yeah,
situation,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the course itself doesn't play incredibly hard anymore. The greens are still incredible there at Augusta, but the course itself, you can just bomb after bomb after bomb. There's not really much thought in it anymore.
Right.
Most of the time, the PGA is the same way. The Open Championship's just different because you have to play a little bit lower trajectory a lot.
Right.
But the U.S. Open's always that course. They always make it to where the winning score is going to be 2 to 3 under or worse.
Or worse.
And I love it.
Me too.
I'm here for carnage on Sunday at the
Yes,
U.S.
sir.
Open.
Same.
But J.J. Spawn, man, he talked about Tiger Woods quote. You know, especially on Sunday, just stay in it. If you just stay in it, you always give yourself a chance. Don't do this. Don't make the terrible mistake.
Right.
Take your medicine, go to the next one. And so he talked about how, 4 of the first 6 he bogeyed or something like that.
Right.
And he said he kept just telling himself, just stay in it, just stay in it, just stay in it. And then, of course, he stayed in it. So, big fan of the whole tournament. I thought it was very good. New Oakmont is lame. They took all the trees, so there's no forest, no water, no bunkers. So let's just grow some hay in a cow pasture and call it the U.S. Open. Poor visuals. Yeah, another cool story was J.J. Spawn having to go to the CVS at 3 a.m. to get his kid some medicine. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out. Father's Day. That's how you handle a business, son.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. Big fan of all of that. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun to watch. I was able to watch all of it on Sunday. My family said I could do whatever I wanted to do,
Okay.
and so
I love that.
yeah, they were around. They were in and out. They don't love golf as much as me, so they didn't stay in there and watch it with me the whole time. But they were in and out. I cooked, and we had a good Sunday, man.
I love it, man. I love that. I was outside the whole time, bro. Whole
Were you?
time. We were riding in the little Bronco. I bought me we had a little birthday party on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I bought her a little 2-seater Bronco, and she can actually drive that thing pretty good. So she's driving, staying around, and in between that, they're up on the water slide. We had a water slide set up in the backyard. It was big time. It was big time. A lot of work for old Dad though. Dad wasn't really chilling. I'll be honest with you, but it's all right, man. It's good. Wouldn't have it any other way.
And nor should you.
And Newton, we threw darts. We also are throwing darts tomorrow. So
Yeah, I'm glad you got back to that. I didn't want to be like
my boy bought his own. He came over to throw darts one time. He went and bought his own set of darts, and now
electric.
he's ready.
Electric.
So tomorrow we're throwing
Electric.
darts.
Yeah.
Bring a partner.
Clayton's coming.
There's your partner.
You got a partner.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to go to next?
Win shares.
Win shares. Talk to me.
Let's go Colorado first.
I'm in.
They're lower.
Yep.
Colorado.
Do you want me to go ahead and put the
Yeah, throw it up there, Brody.
I'm there. Yeah, let's go. I love it. Let's go. All right, Colorado. So Vegas has Colorado at 6.5 wins on the year.
Yep. We don't argue with Vegas.
We don't argue with Vegas. May have to bring Trav. There we go. Now
Oh
we're
my
having a
God,
party.
let's go. It's rocking.
Now we're having a party.
Yeah, it turned into that fast, didn't it?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Bring the leftovers.
What you mean after I cook my ribs and chicken? Brother, if you don't bring me ribs and at least ribs, no, I need both. Please, I'm begging. I'll beg. I'm not opposed to this begging thing. I'll do it.
All right. So Riley said, may I have to bring Trav? Yeah, do that, please. That'd be great. Why is Trav not in the chat? That's a problem. And then Mahoney said, does darts mean actually darts, or does darts mean no, like actual darts? Like we played like 301 darts, like double click. Like we play darts. Let me
remove this for 1 second. Darts is electric.
There may be like small wagers on a whiteboard behind the darts table too, allegedly.
Sometimes they get out of hand.
Yeah, $10 dart game. That happens fast. that happens really fast. Me and my boy Blake have been on the wrong end of that twice.
Clayton said, speaking of golf, if anyone finds 2 halves of a 7-iron off the 7th tee of the country club, let him know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Not great.
You're not the first person that's lost a club there or broken a club there.
Not great.
All right, back to Colorado win shares.
Win shares. Let's do it.
Vegas has them at 6.5. Chris, you have them at 6.35.
Yes, sir, I do.
And I have them at 6.30. So that's pretty good.
So here's what's crazy. So a full disclosure, I made the graphic. I told Joey, hey, send me your number when you got it. Joey sends me his number, and my response to Joey was, what exactly did I say? Darn, we are close. But as I said it, Joey also said, darn, we're close. Like, we said the same thing and had the same number.
At the same time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I didn't. It was wild. So we're gonna go through it. Let's find some games, Joey. Let's don't pick every single one.
Nope.
It's a little bit redundant.
I think the first game is interesting. Chris,
I like to start there. Who does Colorado have in the first game, Joey?
They're playing Georgia Tech.
I think it's an interesting matchup. Let's start there. I love that. It's in Boulder.
It's in Boulder.
It should be cool there, right? It shouldn't be overly hot early in the year.
It's not gonna be hot, but it won't be cool either. I don't think. August? I don't think it's gonna be cool.
August in Colorado, I feel like it's beautiful weather.
Probably, yeah.
It's not gonna be August in Florida. I think Colorado's gonna run into issue with them running the football.
I think so too.
Georgia Tech they are bound and determined. They are going to run the dang ball.
I agree.
BAWL. And I think that plays into Georgia Tech's hands. No offense to Clayton and any Colorado fans that may be in the chat, but I don't think they're really like a physical program. At least they haven't been that. They've kind of embraced the whole score quickly, not really want to get into that trench fight that I think Georgia Tech is going to make them play. So I have it at 0.40. Clayton has it at 0.35.
That's interesting. I'm way higher than y'all.
What?
And the only reason is I think Georgia Tech will wear down because of the altitude.
I don't. And that's a fair point though.
I do. I think they're going to wear down. So if Colorado can keep it close, I think they can win late because their oxygen levels are a little bit better than Georgia Tech's. I have it at 0.60.
I think you could be right there, but I'm gonna tell you why I believe that you'll be wrong. Is that I think that they will dictate to Colorado the pace of play and how they have to play the game, and they will control the clock. They will run the football, and they will limit the snaps that their defense has to play. They will limit the snaps that their offense has to play. They will slow that game down. They'll grind it.
True.
I also think with it being a week 1 or week 0 game, they'll go early out there. They'll acclimate to the climate, and I think because it isn't like a week 3 or 4, they have time to adjust. I think they'll do those things. So that's why I have it at 0.4. I think Georgia Tech wins that football game.
I like that. I do like Georgia Tech this year. I want to say that.
They're gonna be tough.
I do like Georgia Tech. I do not have them favored in either of these two that we're doing today, but I do like Georgia Tech.
Yep.
Not next to no BYU. I think BYU is an interesting stop.
BYU is interesting. What week is that, Joey? Because I gotta count
1, 2, 3, 4. It's their 5th game. I don't know exactly what week it is.
All right, so I'm toss up 50-50 here. I'm at 0.5.
I'm at 0.45.
It's in Boulder, right?
It's in Boulder.
Boulder does have 7 home games. It's not like a crazy number of home games. Like 6 and 6 is typically what you see unless you have a neutral site. But 7 home games is better than 5 home games, which would be the flip side of that coin.
Yeah.
So I think that does play a factor again. I think that does play a factor. But BYU is in the altitude in a sense as well.
Yeah, they definitely
that side of the country. So
I think that's the only game that really.
I have it as a toss up. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
50-50 for me.
I do too. I BYU beat them last year. I think BYU is they're a good football program, man. They don't even if they lose a lot, they always replenish, they always replace.
I agree.
They always have a 25-year-old somewhere on that roster that's going to perform.
At least.
So I got it at 0.45.
All right, there's only one other game I want to talk about in this situation because Colorado has an 8 p.m. kickoff versus Georgia Tech, so it'll be nighttime. So that should help with fatigue, I would think.
Uh-huh.
And then they have a 7:30 kick at Houston. That's the one I want to talk about. Every other game, Joey, is noon or 1 the rest of the year.
Really?
Yep.
Their time or Eastern time?
Eastern time.
Really?
Nope. BYU, 10:15 Eastern. Other than that, every single game is 12 or 1. Houston, at Houston. How do you feel about
10
that?
o'clock kicks
For them. Yeah. I mean, 10:15 p.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern ET.
Yeah.
That's early.
Yeah. I don't think Houston is going to be all that great, to be totally honest.
What'd you have it at, though?
0.6.
Really? I have it at Clayton, what do you have Houston at? I have it at 0.45. Just under 50-50.
Yeah.
I think night game at Houston, third week. I think they're going to be off of a win against Delaware, obviously, but I think they'll be 1-1 going into that game. I think that'll be a very big environment. I think that'll be a very big moment spot, right? Like I think that's a big one because Houston should be 2-0 going into that game. They have Stephen F. Austin, they'll beat them. And then they have at Rice, should handle them too. Yeah. And then they have Colorado coming to them. I think it'll be a big spot. Like that'd be a fun game.
Yeah.
I'm Houston. I'm not 0.6 on that. I'm 0.45.
Yeah, I have Colorado being 2-0, and that's why I have them at 0.6. I think they're going to go in hot, kind of feeling themselves a little bit. And like I said, I don't think Houston's great. The only other, I don't have any other specific games to talk about, but I do find it, I have it interesting. Jesus, get it out. I have them not being favored in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games of the year. I think they hit a spiral.
All right, so I have 5 of them underrated, but then that week, I guess that would be at West Virginia. I don't have them. I have them favored there.
See, I have them because in my head they've lost 3 of the last 4 going to the East-ish coast.
Yeah.
I think that West Virginia can pull that out, but I think it's an interesting schedule. I don't think it's as easy as it has been.
So y'all think they beat Houston pretty soundly?
Clayton says pretty soundly, but
0.6. I mean, that's better than the other. And is that your highest on here?
Other than highest for
Delaware. I mean, outside Delaware.
Iowa State. I have them higher against Iowa State.
Okay.
Outside of that, no.
Clayton says, I think Colorado can score with almost anyone. To Chris's point, the games I feel less confident are the ground and pound clock controlling teams. Yep. I agree. That's how you neutralize a team like Colorado who wants to play and can score with. I mean, I think they'll be able to score the football.
I think so too.
So how you neutralize them is don't let them have the ball. And I don't know how they'll hold up versus the run.
Yeah.
To a team that's committed to running the football.
To Georgia Tech specifically.
To Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
We done with Colorado?
I am good with Colorado. If anybody.
So we're under. We're on the under of Colorado.
So if you had to pick their wins and losses right now, just record-wise, what do you have them at?
6 and what?
I have 6 and 6. I have them at 5 and 7.
I'll probably be 5 and 7, I think.
Yeah, I have them at 5 and 7.
I could see it 6 and 6 though. That would
I could also see it at 7 and 5.
That would give me my under.
Yeah.
I think 5 and 7 is more likely than 7 and 5.
I think so too.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look at us. Before we get to Clemson.
Yes.
I couldn't think of a good segue from Colorado to Brian Sports.
There's not one probably.
You know who likes to go into Colorado? Brian Dix at Brian Sports.
There you go.
Go see Brian with any of your sporting good needs. He's a pillar in the community. He really is. Just willing to do any and everything, and the sporting goods store is equally as impressive as he is. Nah, maybe not. He's probably as good as a human as you'll find on this planet. And his sporting goods store is as good of a sporting goods store too, though. So
yeah.
No, it's
all
true.
of it.
All of it's true. He's as good as it gets. His Brian Sports is as good as it gets. Go see my guy Brian at Brian Sports. And if you can't see him, give him a call, 755-0570. Tell him Front Porch Sitting sent you and get you 10% off. Yeah, go see Brian, man. He's a stellar dude, really is. One of my favorites on this whole entire planet.
Without question.
Yeah.
One of our good friends did text us just a minute ago and is ready for the WNBA Caitlin Clark thing.
Yeah.
It's on the docket. It's coming up.
It
may be next, actually. After
Windshares?
after Clemson. We'll see. I'll let you steer the show.
The Prime Sporting Goods store. That would have been a good one.
Yeah. Prime.
If only you were like sitting right here and you could have said that out loud.
Is he coaching Clayton? Like all jokes aside, it's not funny. His health, like, is he good? Is he all right?
Was that real?
I don't know. I'm asking. I truly don't know. I saw some reports that didn't seem well. Is everything good with Coach Prime? Again, we don't want. Literally not joking. Like, is that he would know better than us?
Right.
Like, I need to know.
Because I personally have no idea.
I don't either. I don't know if that was real or you never know.
Clayton did say I watched them get destroyed by future Broncos legend R.J. Harvey last year. Shout out UCF.
Too sure.
Ready for Clemson?
Yep, let's do it. Throw it up there, brother.
Clayton said I haven't heard anything saying he isn't coaching to this point. All right, Clemson. Somehow I'm ahead of you. I got more than you. There's all kinds of stuff coming in.
Yeah.
Newton said he isn't in Colorado. There have been rumors for sure, but nothing from any writer sources I trust.
I was told, or my understanding is that he is at his home in Texas, and he is not with the football program currently. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't think that's. I don't think that bodes well. But hopefully it's something minor, and it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good.
My understanding, maybe Newton can fill us in a little bit more. Where I haven't followed up too much on the story, but I did see some stuff. Hey, can we pause for a second? Can we pause for a second? I would like to pause for a second.
Let's pause.
We're getting to Clemson in just a moment, but it hit me like with this recruiting thing. I gotta be very careful. I'd be very careful. But Prime obviously is in Texas. He's allegedly he's not in Colorado for the recruiting period. But it makes me think about the recruiting period. And can I tell you how much I really despise certain aspects to this whole recruiting world?
Oh.
And I know you do. You know what's really bad business, Joey? You know what's really bad business? Really bad business, really, really bad business is to schedule official visits with kids. And then 2 days before the visit, you say, hey, man, we got a commitment. We can't have you here. And then when you do that with 2 Columbia kids, bad business. I pray on everything. I pray. And you shouldn't, maybe you shouldn't pray for vindictive things, but I'm praying that they have massive years and you have to come back. They don't listen to this show, so I don't know why I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to them.
Talk to them.
And you have to come back and you have to circle back to these kids and they can politely tell you,
say it.
We're not interested. We're done with your program, sir. We've moved on. It's just bad business, bro. And I've known like the recruiting game is grimy for a long time, but when you start setting up like OVs and then you pull the rug out from under a kid. 2
days.
2 days prior to him getting on the airplane. Kind of nasty. It's bad business. I can't shut you out of Columbia High School. Somebody can. It's tough, man. It's tough. And they did 2 of our kids, man. The same program. 2 kids, same program. So wish you the best. Let karma do her thing.
I don't wish you the best, Florida Atlantic University. I don't. I do not. You can kick rocks, Bubba. I don't like you. Never have, never will, really. Except when Lane was there. Lane wouldn't have done that. Yeah, he probably would have.
He might have been worse.
He probably would have.
No, it's bad. Bad business, man. Bad business. They did 2 of our kids this week.
I knew about one. Just found out about it 2 hours ago, but
for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, they did him that way, and they did another guy on that side of the ball, defensive guy, back DB, same way.
VL.
Yeah. Yep. Did him the same exact way.
Wow.
Grimy.
Very.
Bad business. Bad business. Anyways, we can move
Yeah.
on. Let's talk Clemson. Clemson would never.
No,
They really wouldn't. They really wouldn't.
As much as I don't like Dabo a lot of times, they would not. They absolutely would not do that.
He'd never do that.
He really wouldn't. I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with that. That would not happen at the University of Clemson.
Anthony did say
University?
something with Prime's heart. So that's like not great. Not great at all. Wish him if it's quick recovery, hopefully it's like something minor. They can just heart's not minor, but hopefully it's something easy they can handle.
No, yeah, but of the situation, it's a minor. Yeah. All right, Clemson.
Yep.
So Vegas has them, it looks like, at 9.5.
Yes, sir. 9.5. A little small. 9.5.
Yeah, and me and you were at 8.75 and 8.59.
Which is shocking that I'm under you.
I know, it is a little shocking. I thought that too whenever I sent you the number and then I saw your number. I was like, well, I am a little bit surprised by that.
But I don't think I had them as an underdog in any game. I maybe just didn't have them as much of a favorite as
I don't have them an underdog in a single game either. 50-50 a couple of times, but
I don't even think I have them as that. I'm about to
Really?
pull it up. Yeah, I don't. I really don't.
Huh.
I'm trying to get to it. Vamp for me a little bit.
Yeah,
Talk
no,
for a second.
I think Cade Klubnik's got a chance to be pretty good this year.
So the lowest I have Clemson is in their opener is a 55% chance to win.
Which games? Is that just one of them?
That's the only one. Everything else
Just
is
LSU?
higher than that. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're a 3-point or 2.5 point favorite at home. It's a neutral site, right? Or is it in Death Valley?
No, it's in Death Valley.
Yeah, 2.5 point favorite there. For me personally, if I'm a Clemson fan, I love that.
Yeah, I would too.
2.5?
I think
I might hammer that myself.
So I do think that people are overvaluing Nussmeier a touch.
I'm also on that train now.
I don't think that,
I've been on that Nussmeier train. I feel like he's going to be good. He's not Joe Burrow.
No.
He's not Jay Daniels.
It's not even that he's not those guys. It's specifically Joe Burrow. It's not that he's not Joe Burrow. It's that he doesn't have the same caliber of coach around him that Joe Burrow had.
Or players.
Or yeah, he doesn't have Justin Jefferson and
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, thank you.
And Terrace Marshall.
And Clyde Edwards-Helaire and
the list
Thaddeus
goes on.
Moss.
Thaddeus Moss, yeah.
No, he doesn't have those guys. I don't know that anybody will ever have those guys again on one roster.
Not at one time.
Not at one time. Like, that's crazy. But I do think the value is a little skewed for him right now.
So let's don't talk about all of them. Let's talk about the.
You want to talk about how Cam Cooley said if FSU versus Clemson is a night game, I will be upset that I won't be there? Yeah. You know why?
No.
My man's got a job at the University of Florida. That's why.
Oh, for real?
Let's go.
Really?
Huge fan. I'm so pumped for him.
He just got. That just happened?
Recently. Within
Wow.
the last few days, yeah.
Good for Cooley.
Yeah.
I hate that for Florida State.
No, yeah, same. But big fan of it. He wants to be back closer to his family.
Yeah,
and
no, that makes sense.
He's
He's a Gator fan, right?
Big Gator fan growing up. Was able to do it. So
Good
proud,
for Cooley.
Proud
Good
of
for
Cam.
Cooley.
Happy for Cam.
It's a hell of an environment, right, Cooley?
It is that. Always has been that. All right. So yeah, not all of them, but I do think LSU is the first stopping point, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm Clemson here at home opener like night game. That place will be berserk.
yeah,
I've been there before. It's incredible.
yeah.
It's incredible. It's really cool. It's really fun.
I have it as a straight coin flip.
50-50. I'm at 5-5.
We're very similar there.
Yeah. Let's go. Do you want to stop at Georgia Tech?
I do. I think Georgia Tech's the next best one.
Yeah. I'm gonna go at 0.75 here.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a little lower than that. I'm at 0.65.
I mean
Only because same reason that Georgia
doable.
Tech I think will be in every game.
Yeah.
Because they can run the ball, they can slow it down, and they'll have a chance late.
I think I agree with majority of that. I think it's at Georgia Tech too.
It is
at a noon kick too, so a little bit of a sleeper for them after Troy.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's nothing in between. Like, there's Troy and then there's Syracuse. We're not really looking ahead.
But I don't think they'll overlook at Georgia Tech at noon.
No.
I think that their front seven Clemson's is good enough to handle.
I think so too.
Brent Key at Georgia Tech is very, very good, though. I will say that. He's very good. He's going to scheme it up. They're going to dial it up.
Mm-hmm.
However, I still think they've recruited extremely well especially in the front seven.
Yeah.
If they can stay healthy, I think they have an opportunity to like really shut down that counter. Like they're gonna run a GT counter all night long.
A lot.
You got to hit it in the mouth. Haynes King is gone, correct?
I would hope so. He's 424 years old.
I need to double check because if he's still there,
I don't know that he is. I think he's still there.
Oh my God, he might have a walker.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's there. He's still there.
Jesus, I might should drop my number down a little bit, but it's on tape. It's on tape what they're gonna do. So I feel confident that Clemson can handle business in that game.
Yeah.
I admittedly may be a touch high.
Do you want to pause at North Carolina just because it's North Carolina and
North Carolina is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bill Belichick?
I'm at .65 there, just because Bill.
I'm
It's
at
at North Carolina.
I'm at .75, but I really think I was overzealous.
I think you're probably a little high there, and I was
Yeah.
probably a little high in the last one.
Yeah,
that's
I think you're
interesting.
closer on .65. I think that's where I would like to be.
Yeah,
Which brings us
I
closer together. 'Cause
I think
now
that's a touch. That's a touch.
Yeah,
That's tough because you just don't know what you're gonna get with Bill.
and that's
Bill's an exceptional defensive mind. How's that translate to college? How's that translate to college athletes? I'm very intrigued by that though.
I'm super intrigued by North Carolina this year.
Yeah, same. Me too.
I don't know that we can do a win shares because I think
we'll
it's
leave
so
them
much
alone.
variance.
Yeah, I think I'm intrigued not because I think it'll be great or they'll be terrible because I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I agree. Cam said he just wanted to be closer to the front porch. What a great guy.
Hey man, maybe we can have you on a little bit more.
Talk to me.
Hey,
Talk to
you know
me.
what I mean? Ever maybe. Feels good to be back in the orange and blue. Ugh.
Yep. We
Sorry,
love the
I
orange
just-
and
I
blue.
just-
We
I-
love it.
I
We love it.
can't-
We love
I can't
it.
get there, Cooley. I'm sorry.
SMU. You want to stop there? You want to keep going past SMU?
I'm gonna go past SMU. I think the next place I would like to stop is South Carolina.
No Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State. We'll
Okay,
do
you
it.
got to talk Florida State
Yeah,
a
we'll
little
talk
bit.
Florida State,
What do you have that at?
man. You tell me what you have it. I got to count.
It is 4 from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, fourth one from the bottom. I have it at .65.
I'm .60.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my guys, man. It's my Seminoles. It's at home. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a night game. It says right now it's 1 p.m. kick.
Yeah, I think they just plug numbers in there.
So I could be wrong than Colorado then.
Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier, or after you said that. I think they just plug numbers in just for funsies. I don't really know.
You know,
why.
it's crazy because they say Clemson at Louisville is 10 p.m. Eastern. We know that's not kicking at 10
No shot that kicks it
Eastern.
down.
So yeah, all right. So my Colorado stuff, I could be off. I'm sorry. I was just going by MGM. Who thought they would just throw random numbers?
Yeah,
out
of
there.
all people to throw random numbers,
Yeah.
that's not the one I would have thought. But
Well,
okay.
I think Florida State, that's intriguing. I don't know, man. I think there's a chance. I really do. I really do think there's a chance. They've played them tough here recently.
I think there's
Florida State
so
has
much.
not played great football here lately either. So like it's the caveat, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
know what we get.
I think there's so much. Yeah, you noticed I wanted to stop on SMU. Chris did not.
Sure did. No, let's keep it moving.
I love SMU. Pony up, baby.
Yeah, forget it.
I think with FSU, there's so many things that could go right, and there's so many things that could go wrong. So by this point in the year, if those things have gone right, this game could be really, really fun. If
Yeah.
if those things have gone wrong, it might be a long night for Florida State.
Newton says Clemson is the game. There is a coaching change in tally.
Ooh,
Hot take right there. Hot take. I'm not sure that he's wrong, but
Interesting.
Interesting.
I like that take though. I like a good take.
that's a hot one.
All right, let's go to
South-
South Carolina. At
South
South Carolina, last game of the year.
What do you have this at? It's at South Carolina.
True coin flip.
I have it at 50-50.
50-50. And I'm not sold on South Carolina, but I do think there's a chance that they could be really, really good.
I'm going to say this. I'll say early on, I know it's a long ways apart, Georgia Tech and South Carolina.
Yeah.
With Haynes King and Sellers both being mobile quarterbacks that are willing to run in the run game and will be asked to run in the run game.
Right.
I think I'll know a lot about what Clemson can do early versus that type of run game by watching how they handle Georgia Tech. Again, it's a lot of weeks in between, a lot of time for injuries, a lot of time for things to happen.
A lot of things can happen.
But that's a very similar like style. like South Carolina, as far as the quarterback run game.
Right.
As a coach, I don't like when there's a quarterback back there that's like mobile and the OC is willing to run him and the quarterback is willing to run. That's an added element. That's an extra gap in the run game. I don't like it. As a defense coordinator, it makes me. It's one extra thing that I have to worry about. We can have everything else covered up, bottled up, and it can be done. And that guy can go. Even though we're right, he can make us wrong.
I think with Lenora Sellers, he's so dynamic in the fact that he's a very good runner. He's a very powerful runner. He's a strong kid.
Yeah, he's big.
Very big. But he also throws the ball extremely well
and that's
for an athletic mobile quarterback.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Like that's why I think that South Carolina has a legitimate chance. I do think that Shane Beamer will hold them back. I don't think that he's not necessarily just him, but the staff in general. I think they kind of like Florida. I think there's if the staff can make it happen, Florida will be good.
Yeah.
The same thing as South Carolina. If the staff can do what they're supposed to do, then South Carolina's players, I think, are good enough to compete in any game they play.
I tend to agree with you there, sir.
So yeah, 8.75 for 8.65. I changed that one. Changed UNC. 8.65 for me. 8.59 for you.
I'm still under the 9.5 though.
I don't think I am.
You're over the 9.5?
Yeah. If I were a gambler, because in my opinion they have two true 50-50 games.
Yeah.
And then they have SMU at 0.60. And that's the closest thing to a 50-50. So they would have to lose that game and then another one to go to 8-4.
So you have them losing potentially
LSU,
losing who?
LSU, South Carolina.
See, I think Florida State can get them, and I think SMU might can get them. I think North Carolina might can get them. I think Georgia Tech with a perfect storm might can get them.
I think
my percentages didn't really say that. But,
yeah, I think that those teams could, but percentage-wise for me, if I were going to wager on this, I would take the over 9.5 because I just don't see them. Like I said, I think they have to lose every 50-50 game, 50-50-ish game.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's just clear losses.
I agree. I agree with that. There's never clear losses. I would say like whenever I'm under, like when I'm a full game under, like I'm basically a full game under. I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah.
Me, you're less than a full game under.
Yeah, I am, and I don't really know why. Because
no, you did right. You did the exercise right. You did it correct.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You know who else does it correct?
Tell me.
Josh McCardle.
Best in the business.
Man, so Mia's birthday was Saturday. I was looking a little scruffy, man. My beard was a little bit out of control, and I hit Josh up. Hey, man, look, man, my daughter's birthday is Saturday. I know it's super late, but like, can you squeeze me in? I just edge me up. Give me a line. I'm good. I don't need a haircut. I just need trim me up. He said, I got you. Come 6:30 on Friday. He never does that for me. I normally have to get on the schedule and do the whole process, and I normally do that. But he hooked me up this time because I only needed an edge. So he did that. But there's also another project I'm about to start at my house that me and Josh are gonna work on together. So just a great dude, man. He's solid as it comes.
Yep.
He's as genuine as it comes. Highly recommend him. Every single person that we've sent to him, Joey. Every single one.
Every one of them.
Not one has had anything other than positive things to say, and has continued.
I was just about to say that.
Yep. Continued to go see him and get the haircut.
Yep.
If you wanted, Joey, to get on the schedule, like I do always, except for this one time, what number, Joey, and single yourself up real fast, what number, Joey, would you call to get on the schedule or text to get on the schedule?
I would text, if it were me, I would text 386-247-1430, which I will do very soon because I need a haircut as well. I will be on a cruise, not next week, but the next week. And so I need my guy Josh to make me look like a formidable human being. So I'm gonna text him at 386-247-1430. Ask him to send me the schedule. He's gonna send it to me, and then I'm gonna hop on that thing because Josh is the man. Chris had to run outside real quick, but Cam Cooey wants to talk about Florida recruiting, and them boys are hot. Chris is finally back. Florida is hot on the trail, Chris. The recruiting trail. Oops. Hold on, wait. My bad.
Push the button. I'm ready.
Yeah, I didn't push the button. That was my fault. That's me.
They're hot right now.
Florida's hot on the recruiting trail.
Man, listen. That's good for them. I've been consistent with how I feel about recruiting here lately. I got a bad taste in my mouth right now. I'll be honest with you.
I can understand that.
I got a real bad taste. I don't like when my guys get done wrong. I don't like that, man. I don't like it. But it's good that Florida's doing what they're supposed to do as far as recruiting prep. I just can't get excited. Have you gotten to the point where you can get excited? Like, are you fired up? Because I know I'm in a couple group chats. I'm in a singular group chat with you where like you guys get fired up about like recruiting, and I'm not gonna throw cold water on anything. Like I'm not gonna be the wet blanket that tries to like dampen you guys your excitement. I'm not gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that. I just personally can't get excited. I think part of the problem, Joey, is like, and this is a good thing. I don't have. I think we have guys at Columbia High School right now and I say Columbia High School because that's where I'm at every single day.
Right.
That are more recruitable for these big time programs, and I know them. I know them. Like I know them really well, and I wish that Florida would come get them, right?
Yeah.
But I also know, like, not saying that they're flaky, but I just can't get excited about high school recruiting anymore. I can't get excited about high school recruiting anymore. I just can't.
No. I understand.
And
I think there's layers to it.
It doesn't help. In full disclosure, to be fair, it doesn't help that the team I like a lot is not doing good at it at all.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't help me be excited either. So
and that was a layer.
There's
a layer of that.
Yeah. And that's fair.
But you do see it, Chris. You do see it every day. Like that's part of your day job is to help kids get to the next level.
Yes, sir.
And so you do talk to these college coaches quite a bit, right? Like you develop relationships with them just as much as the players do sometimes.
Yep.
And then, you know, when stuff like what's happened over the last few days happens.
Yeah.
And you see the negative side of it.
Yeah.
And then it puts a negative light on all of it. And then you see player A decommit from one school and then decommit from the next school and then decommit from the next school.
Right.
And then you have, okay, they do get on campus and then they don't like their situation and so they ain't even played a game yet and they're ready to enter the transfer portal. They just stopped showing up. They're going to enter the portal. And so like there's a lot of negativity to it. There's still, for me, there's still some positives. Like kids being able to live out their dream is still really cool to me. I'll always love that part.
100%.
I can't help it. I hope that, you know, things change with the NCAA and how they operate. I hope that recruiting changes in the way that people operate because it really, at the end of the day, we talked about it earlier. As much as I despise Dabo Swinney, as much as I don't like the university or Clemson University, they do things the right way. They're not going to make a kid feel like some programs have made other kids feel.
Facts.
And it's most programs. Clemson's the minority in this, I believe.
They are 100%. No, unequivocally, they're the minority.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know how it changes. I really don't. I don't know if there is a change.
I don't know.
We've talked about it with NIL. We've talked about the portal. Once you put the toothpaste out of the tube, you don't put the toothpaste back in. It just doesn't work that way.
No.
And so I don't know I don't know how it changes, but I do know that the system is definitely broken.
It is. And like to Cam's point, we won't get too far off because I do want to talk Caden Clark too.
Yeah. For sure. Oh,
and he's Cam's right. Florida's hot right now, and like that has to be talked about. That has to be like.
And it's cool if they get on campus.
Yeah, and if they stay on campus. Like it's cool. It's cool if they show up and then they stay,
right?
And then they wear the orange and blue on Saturday in the swamp. That's awesome. That's
for
great.
4 years or 3 years,
and hopefully that happens.
Yeah,
but like
our guy Jaden Robinson,
we've seen so much. Yeah. We've seen so much that doesn't happen. At least other places it hasn't happened. Like for example, I'm gonna tell you all a conversation I heard yesterday. A Division I program in state. I'm not gonna say who it is, and it is not FAU. I don't. They're it's not FAU. Florida Atlantic. I think they won one game last year, but they feel like they're big time, baby. They're not. FIU is who it was. We call them. I said I wasn't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Nothing about none of them. we got a kid that's better than anybody they have on their roster. I truly believe that. I believe he's probably better than anything they have on the roster. They're only taking 2 linebackers. So we call him. We say, hey, man, we got a guy that's like, he's underrated. They're like, yeah, well, his film is only off the edge. We're like, yeah, but I mean, but you can see his burst. Like, you can see that he can play. Like, yeah, but are his instincts good? I mean, they're pretty good, but they're only off of the edge. Okay, yeah, okay, we get it. Like, the high school he was at previously, they only blitzed him off the edge. Like, okay, that's not the kid's fault, but he's 6'1", 225 pounds. He ran 4.5, 4 different camps now. Like, he ran 4.5 Under Armour. Like, he will strike you. Like, pretty good player. Yeah, coach, we took our 2. We're full. But the 2 that you took aren't better than this one. Like, maybe take a third and see what shakes out. Let the cream rise to the top, man. You don't make nobody decommit, but if you take a kid that they clearly can see that's better than them, maybe they may decommit. But you're not making anybody do it. It's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. I wish y'all were like, you would look at it differently. I wish you were privy to like some of the conversations that you hear, you overhear, some of the text messages that you read from these other schools, these grown men to these high school kids who are packing their bags to get on the OV, and they're told, no, you can't come on the OV. OV is official visit. I wish you could see some of it. It would change your perspective on a lot of the stuff, I promise you. It's changed mine, and I've been around it for a long time, Joey. I've been around for a long time.
Yeah, me too.
This is gross. It's gross.
It's not quite as gross in baseball, but it's not fun. I'll tell you that.
Hey, them boys said, hey, they went to one kid. I want to be something nasty.
I'm here for the stories.
He told one kid, he said, we're done for the summer. We'll see how the fall works out. Oh, you mean when y'all go like 2-10 and then everyone decommits, you gonna circle back?
We'll be gone by then.
I hope it works out where we can tell you what we want to tell you, sir. But I can't, and that's the bad part too. Like as a coach, like I can't.
Because you can't burn the bridge.
No, because there may be the next one down the line that's a 9th grader, 10th grader right now that may be that guy that they want, but I cannot burn that bridge. As bad as I want to burn that bridge, I can't burn that bridge. I can't tell that guy. The closest thing I've got to burning the bridge, and I'll tell you this, happened this year. A very small school in the Northeast, very small school, told a kid that's like very good player, we don't know if you can cover. For a safety, we don't know if you can cover. We don't know if you're fast enough. And I asked him, I said, well, how fast do you have to be to play at X college? He's like, well, most guys have 4.5, 4.6. I said, well, he ran 4.4 everywhere he's been. So how fast do you got to be to play at? And I asked the guy, I said, how fast do you got to be to play at your school? He was like, oh, no, he's plenty fast enough. And I was like, all right, man. Like, thanks for your time, sir. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Your eval is terrible. Maybe that's why you're there. and we make the same money, so relax.
Oof. Shots.
It pisses me off, man. Don't mess with my kids, bro. It pisses me off. Don't mess with my kids. That's nasty. Don't do that, man. I don't like that. I really don't like that.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't know how to get the video of Caitlin Clark up there, but let's talk about Caitlin Clark for a minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the video of her getting, she's got the ball, she gets hit in the eye.
Sure,
she
that's
flailed.
A basketball play, fine.
Yeah. No, that 100%
fine.
is a basketball play.
I'm fine with that.
And she flailed.
Sure.
And then the girl that fouls her bumps into her and like kind of gives her a little push.
Yeah, like it was intentional.
Yeah, and then the girl from the backside comes in and gives it a little shoulder bump.
Like kind of hard.
Pretty hard.
And blindside, like kind of like cheap shot.
Kind of a cheap shot.
Definitely a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Not overly aggressive though, but enough to knock her down.
How do you feel about all this? How do you feel about just in general the case? Because she gets all the attention in the WNBA.
All right, so we want equality or no? We don't. We want equality or we don't want equality?
Kind of depends.
No, we want equality. I feel like women want that league wants equality. They want the same thing.
Something.
They want the same thing the men want. Like the same thing the men get. That's what they want. So they have to be viewed in that same lens.
Right.
Is Caitlin Clark the best player in the WNBA?
One of.
Okay,
she's
so
the most polarizing player in the WNBA.
I agree, but like she's definitely the face of it right now.
Right.
Right now, she's the face of it.
Yeah.
We can agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. If we put her like in a tier, she's definitely in the top tier.
I would say so.
So top 5, we would say? And then there's probably
7, 6, 7, yeah, somewhere in that range.
So you think she's 7th best?
No. I'm just saying she's definitely in. Just to be safe, she's in that range.
Okay, I would like to draw a line at 5.
Okay, we can do that.
For the argument's sake,
Okay.
that I'm trying to make. The top 5 NBA players in the league, do they get the whistle or do they not get the whistle?
More often than not, they do.
They get the whistle.
Yeah.
You're not doing that. What they did right there in today's NBA, you're not doing that to LeBron without getting a whistle, like a real whistle. Someone's getting teed up.
Well, and the game would have been delayed for at least 2.5 hours.
Because he'd had to lay there,
lay
for a
there,
minute,
and, yeah.
rub his head, roll around, act crazy.
Yeah.
And then
We're gonna talk about LeBron in a little bit.
like, who's the next best player in the NBA? Giannis. He don't really flop like that, but if he gets hit like that, somebody's getting teed up.
Period.
Absolutely, right?
Anthony Edwards.
You're not hitting. He might swing on you before he can.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about getting teed
right,
up.
Yeah, you're getting knocked out. For me personally, I think it's absurd that the WNBA does not protect Caitlin Clark. This isn't the first time. This happens a lot, right?
Yeah. No, it happens all the time.
Absolutely.
No, it happens all the time.
She gets beat up a lot.
Okay.
She can just swing on somebody.
We're gonna push back a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
She brings a lot of it on herself. She is a very fiery player. She plays with a lot of energy. She talks a lot of trash.
I like it.
I do too. But when this stuff happens, you have to understand why it's going to happen. And
sure.
and whether we like it or not,
I like Caitlin Clark. But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. So
who's the best player in the NBA? Anthony, who's the best player in the NBA? I want to know that. I want in the WNBA. We've never talked about the WNBA before. Here we are.
We've talked about women's basketball though.
Yeah, they need to play a 9.5-foot rim. 9-foot rim.
You've been saying that. You've been on that train for a hot minute.
Imagine how much fun that would be. They'd be dunking on each other.
But anyways, I don't know. A'ja Wilson, she's probably up there.
Sure.
I don't know many names. I'm gonna be honest.
Is that the end of the list?
I don't know. There you go. See, look at us.
A'ja Wilson. Sure, I'm okay with that. She's very, very good. She's very talented.
Yeah.
Here's what the WNBA is doing, in my opinion. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because Trey is very much a basketball guy, and Newton is very much so on the WNBA circuit. I think Newton is an Angel Reese fan, I believe, which would explain why he doesn't care about. Oh shit. Yeah, he's right. I didn't know what the hell was about. I read the word trash. I said, "Oh no, get ready to delete that." No, so I think the WNBA is trying to do like a magic bird. They're trying to build that between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
If you don't think this is at least part WWE script,
I think there's more to it than it feels like. Anyways, that's just me. I also think this. If I am the owner of the Fever, Joey, I am going to sign women who are like enforcers. We are going to be the, I'm thinking Kendrick Perkins, Udonis Haslem, Draymond Green.
UD. What a guy.
You are not going to continue to take cheap shots on Caitlin Clark without paying for it.
Without physical pain afterwards.
No, there's going to be the fist fights. We're going to pay the fine. We're going to play the suspension.
And for the first time, I've seen that has happened.
It happened.
It
happened, and she is beautiful. What's her name?
I saw it earlier. I can find it again.
Gorgeous.
Give me 1 second.
Is what it is.
Give me 1 second on this.
Wait, hang on. I got the comments. Who is the best? Cooey, who's the best? Angel Reese, A'ja Wilson, or Caitlin Clark?
It ain't Angel Reese.
It ain't, but he said he put Angel Reese smiley face and then put she is the best. And then Newton said a BS. And then who watches WNBA unless Clark is playing? That's a fact. And there's facts to back that up. Ain't nobody watching that unless Clark is playing. And she can shoot that thing, boy. She can shoot that thing.
Yeah, when she gets hot, it's go time.
Marty asked a question. Would you guys be talking about the WNBA if it wasn't for Clark? Please. I agree.
I agree with Trey, too.
What do you say?
Caitlin has brought the league attention, regardless if she's the best. They all should be. They all should say thank you.
That's a fact. I agree with that too.
I think a lot of it is.
Oh, okay, Newton said AA when he said BS. It was that he's not an Angel Reese fan. Me either, man. I'm not a fan. It's hard to like her, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I have a hard time liking her.
I think it's.
I do. She's not likable, man. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
She's not likable. She's not like a likable person.
No, but
there are a lot of like those women that play. I should say girls. I apologize. Those women that play in WNBA that are likable, but man,
they call that a me bound. Cam, a me bound.
Yo, so she did trademark that too, by the way.
Yeah.
Smart by her.
I love that.
It's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
It is a me bound, and it is a slide at you.
Yeah.
But go make money off of it.
Dang right.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And she said, and she's smart. She said, anytime the ball's on the glass, it's mine. It's me. It's my ball. I'm like, when you shoot it, for sure. But yeah, all right.
I wasn't a fan of LSU's coach. That's why I didn't like her at LSU.
She was not the best player on her team.
No, but
Flau'jae, right? Johnson?
Yeah.
She was the best player on her team.
But they've been, I swear, again, I think this is straight from the WWE.
But you're a coach, bro. Hold on, let's backtrack.
I think this is straight from, I'm not talking about.
Let's go back to LSU. I want to like outlandish stuff, bro. She had to be suspended, huh?
It's her attire on the court. I can't.
Oh, you don't like how she dresses. Well, say that.
I don't like her attitude. I don't like how she always blames somebody else. I don't like none of that.
All right, that's fine. But Joey Edge is a fashionista, and that's shocking to me that you don't
Have you seen her? It's hideous. It's horrid. Stop doing it. You're 96 years old.
I did not have that on my bingo card that you didn't like how Kim Mulkey dressed, and that's why you don't like her. Yeah, all right.
It's one of many.
All right.
One of many reasons.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I think they've been setting – they finally found – like, it happened at a great time. Angel Reese, the perfect villain.
Yep.
Caitlin Clark, the perfect hero. Let's mold them together. Let's make some ticket sales. Let's try to draw interest.
It's bird magic is what they're trying to do. It's worked. I agree.
That's the cool part. It's worked for them. Like, we're talking about it on Front Porch Sitting, and as Trey said, we've never done it before.
No. And it's worked. But I will tell you this, like, as someone who guys, I'll be honest. I watch the highlights that show up on my social media. I don't watch the games.
I haven't watched live TV in a hot minute. I'm gonna be honest.
Me either.
Not even like the College World Series and all
I
that.
haven't either. I haven't
watched very many live games lately. I leave my house at 6 a.m. and I get back at 8:15.
But I don't mind watching
the highlights.
I like and never before would have watched the freaking highlights where she's pulling up from the logo. Like,
she scored 9 points in like 31 seconds the other night.
Yeah,
just back-to-back threes.
She's like that.
Yeah. Marty said, just Googled, when Clark doesn't play, the league loses 50% viewers.
I thought it would be more. But that's half their viewers. This is insane. On one person, this is insane.
All right, real quick before we end it, because I think it's a very interesting topic. Did you see where LeBron James on his podcast said basically that he doesn't understand why rings are part of the equation for all-time greats? Like the amount of rings that you have shouldn't equate to all-time greatness. First of all, how do you feel about that?
I'm going to read Newton's comment. I'm saying the other players aren't a fan of Clark. I think that's evident. I think that's 100% evident. I think that's jealousy. Oh, Trey just nailed it. I think they're 1,000% jealous of her. I think the fault lies with the Indiana Fever for not getting her more protection
earlier.
I would go get it now. I would go sign the ones that are willing to do it for whatever they need to be paid. And I promise you, we're going to protect. If the league, if the WNBA will not protect her, then we will protect her.
Right.
That's what I would do.
That's I couldn't agree with that anymore.
Yeah. So, and the league has shown that they're not going to protect her for whatever reason, and that's fine. I mean, that's whatever. If they want to be a failing league like they've always been, they continue to operate that way. So, whatever. The Fever should handle it.
Yeah.
But to your point, so I'm not a big LeBron fan at all, actually. But I will say, like, and I may be playing devil's advocate, and I may be easily swayed here. But when you start talking about, like, rings all time, right? And does that make, like, what was the question? Does it like belong in the rubric of all-time
greats?
I think the argument, like if I'm LeBron, is like Robert Horry. Like Robert Horry has so many rings.
Yeah.
He's not even in the conversation all-time great. Big shot maker, no doubt.
Big Shot Bob.
But he's not an all-time great.
No,
So
I don't think it works that way though.
So
I don't think it works, but with this guy has this many rings, so that makes him an all-time great. I think it does
Okay.
translate from
Yep.
this guy is an all-time great
How many rings
because
does he
he
have?
has.
Or no, it's more like how many rings does
I
he
mean,
have,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like how?
Right,
Like-
but like Stockton, Malone,
Yeah.
Barkley,
Right.
those guys don't have any rings. Do they belong in part of the all-time great club? I mean,
By their position, sure.
AI, Allen Iverson.
By their position, sure.
I mean, do you view Allen Iverson as an all-time great NBA player?
Not personally. I mean, I don't. What do you like when you
Well,
say?
what about like Karl Malone, like one of the better power forwards of all
I
time?
can't do Karl Malone. Karl
Well,
Malone's
Yeah,
Stockton, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan won plenty though.
yeah, he won plenty.
I understand your point.
Or-
So
or-
where do you put rings in? Let's measure it. Let's do like our rubric, Joey. Let's do a front porch sitting with Trey Hosford. I need him on this. Trey, I need you on this because you're a basketball guy. Newton, everyone in the chat, I need y'all's opinion. Rubric on all-time great. What's the number one rubric? Is it rings?
I don't think the number one.
It has to be like skill level, right? And like numbers, like longevity, stats,
so for me, I don't know that you can put it into like
categories.
I really don't. PK Subban said it on one of the shows. I saw it earlier. He was talking about these comments, and he's like, he said, "I'll never put." I know, I saw it too. He said, "I'll
How
never."
do you know
put,
about OnlyFans?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Anthony said it matters when you are comparing the greatest, and Steph winning his during the LeBron era hurts LeBron's legacy. I think I agree because
I think
Steph
that was
did
your
it.
point that you were making. Anthony,
He
nailed it.
He nailed it.
Yep.
So Steph winning in LeBron's era without going to a different team.
Yeah.
Like he stayed. He did. Now people joined him.
They loaded it up now.
Yeah, Kevin Durant joined him. But outside of that, they did everything through the draft. Like they were really good about making moves and trades and whatnot and getting draft picks. The Warriors did it right. Steph's legacy. Now, is Steph a better player than LeBron James? No, he's not.
No.
Is his game? Did it change the game probably more? Yes, I think it did.
Steph?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. Whenever he said it, I was like, well, he said it because he has 4 rings and Michael Jordan has 6. And so now that's like, and that's not like that. But anyways, PK Subban, who's an NHL player, former NHL player, he was talking about LeBron, and he's like, the reason I'll never have him above Michael Jordan is not because he's not a really incredible basketball player. He was extremely talented, extremely good basketball, great basketball player, one of the greatest of all time. He's like, but you also have to consider like how you go about your day-to-day life. Like how did you go about playing the game that you love? And he was like, for me, Michael Jordan, he did it the right way. He stayed in Chicago. He went about it like the winner's mentality that he had was way different. Same with Kobe. It's like Kobe stayed in L.A., but his mentality and how he approached the game of basketball was different than LeBron. And he said, that's why LeBron will never be the GOAT to me.
I think you nailed it. I think those two guys are killers, what you just said.
Yeah.
Michael and Kobe were killers. Like they were the ultimate competitors to me. Like they were the ultimate competitors. And I think like where like LeBron started to lose me is where he disappeared in that moment.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Ray Allen has to hit that shot. D Wade, Mario Chalmers, they have to carry the team. Kyrie and he does it in Cleveland. Like it was never LeBron. Like he disappeared. He vanished in that moment. And so like I don't. While I respect you as an athlete and I respect you for the longevity of your career,
yes, sir.
And I respect you as the man in your house, and you've done an outstanding job raising your family.
Yes, sir.
You've never had anything crazy happen to you. Like that's astounding that he's been able to have
since 15.
This long of a career, 15 years old.
He's now
spotlight
40.
been on you. 30 something. I mean, it's insane.
It's 25
years,
full years.
25 full years of the spotlight being on you, and there's been no scandals or anything crazy happen to you. Like that's commendable. but you can't be in my best ever conversation. In my opinion, man,
Yeah,
I just can't go there.
Yeah, and this is where I was going to go with my next question, kind of where Anthony is. Think about how many players didn't win a ring because MJ did. Same thing for Kobe and even Tim Duncan. So, like, in my opinion, it was harder to win a ring in Michael Jordan's era than it is in today's era. Because, in my opinion, the game was played in a different manner. Like, there was more people of Jordan's mindset than there was not of Jordan's mindset. Like, everybody was there. Like, the game was just approached differently. It was life or death.
Yes.
It was life or death to them.
They were killers.
I don't see that. Like, even the guys that didn't win, Stockton, Malone, in that era.
Yeah.
AI because of him, and then Kobe and
Shaq. And even Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley. Like, you're talking about guys that were extreme. Like, we're talking top 25, 30 players of all time in the history of the game.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It just, to me, that era was harder to win a championship in. This era, you can, OKC would win 68 games. They're fixing to win a title right now.
Yeah.
Now, they do have some good players. They have some pieces, but, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. You make a good point.
Trey said, did you ever think Jordan would lose? No. Did you ever think Tiger would miss the putt that mattered? No. They're different.
Yeah, and that's where LeBron has slipped, in my opinion. The clutch gene.
Right.
Like, he don't have the clutch gene.
He's an extremely high IQ basketball player.
He's exceptional basketball player.
He is. He's
just to me, he is not like, when I say like ultimate competitors.
His mentality's not the same.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. And that trickles down. That
it's
trickles down everywhere.
It's the it.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have the it factor.
I agree.
Like,
super skilled. Probably the most skilled player. And I've said this many times on this podcast. He's the most skilled player I've ever seen.
Yep.
But he doesn't have, like you said, that killer, that it factor. SGA's kind of a star.
He's a star, but he's a budding star. He's a young new star, right?
Kind of.
2-3 years.
He's been around for a minute, but yeah,
really,
like 3 or 4. But
still, that's
still young.
Like Ant Edwards, like that. That boy's a killer.
Yeah,
he's a savage. That guy's different though.
But just not as skilled. He's
not
not as skilled as a LeBron James. Nobody. I mean,
Hell,
again,
no, he's not.
nobody is.
No.
But I've always said this. But if you just put Kobe's mentality into LeBron's ability, I mean, what, 12? Did he win 12 rings?
Every bit. Newton just said it right there. He is the best player we have ever seen. He isn't the best competitor we've ever seen.
100%. Yeah, I mean, he is the MVP, but
that's what I was thinking.
No, but
he's a new star though.
But even then, he's not bringing people to the games. He's not bringing new audience members to the NBA. You know,
he's not as polarizing as
not
LeBron.
Physically into the seats. That's not what I mean. He's not bringing. SGA is not bringing like a non-basketball fan to watch an NBA game.
He's not as polarizing as those names we've mentioned.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe he will be.
Yeah.
But he's not right now, and that's my point.
I agree with that. I think Newton know the best. Like I as a competitor myself, I like to compete, and I preach this to our kids. Like, we're gonna compete. We're gonna compete. We're gonna compete. Whether in your job as an adult, you better be competing. Whether in your house, you're gonna have to compete in your house too at times, and you have to learn to compete. And so I respect like competitors, man. I don't. If you're not willing to compete, or you don't have the clutch gene, or you shy away in that moment, it doesn't hold as much weight for me.
Yeah, maybe it's because I grew up with Tiger and with Jordan, and you hear and Kobe, and you hear the quotes that they have.
Kobe.
You hear what they say, and you hear like how they really trained. Like, I mean, those three specifically, they trained at an absurd level.
Yeah,
they would not take anything other than greatness. Like, Tiger Woods started playing golf whenever he came out of the womb.
Yeah,
he had a 7-iron in his hand, and he started swinging it right then. But he loved it. Like, yes, his dad pushed him, but he loved it, and he ate it up. Like, I mean, John Daly talks about it all the time. How he's wanted him to come have a drink with him, and he's like, "Nah, I got to go to the range." And he comes back in, and he's walking through, and he's like, "What about now?" And he's like, "Nah, I got to go putt." And what about now? Nah, I got to go hit the weights. Like.
You noted, like, the point I was about to make was if you listen to their peers, how their peers talk about them, that is the difference to me. Like, their peers, John Daly with Tiger Woods, and all you go watch the Olympic documentary with they're talking about like how Kobe was like just
LeBron was talking about how Kobe
when
was.
LeBron and D Wade and Carmelo were saying like, no, I'm about to run through Powell's chest. Like I know he's gonna set a pick on me the last screen of this possession. I'm running through his chest, and they're like, no, you ain't gonna run. That's your teammate, man. You're not running through his chest. And then he does it.
Right.
When you hear them talk about like those are all superstars.
Right.
When they hear when those guys talk about their peer in that manner, who am I to say otherwise?
Right.
So my eyes told me the truth.
Bingo. I agree with that. Last couple of things. Trey said you grew up with Shane. He taught you to compete. He absolutely did. Trey, I promise you that's the truth. Like, Shane never let me win at anything in life. I remember it like it was yesterday where I was the first time I beat him in one-on-one. We're at his now old house, but the most recent house before this one. It was in the summer. I was probably 14 years old, maybe 15, something like that. I wasn't young. That was the first, and when I beat him, it was like the most exhilarating feeling because I knew that I beat him.
Right.
He never let me win. Like he did. That wasn't like a sympathy win. I earned that win. So I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it was the greatest day ever for me. You couldn't have told me anything for a week.
Yeah.
Because he never let me win because he was a competitor himself. Yeah, he may let me hang around, but he knew when it was go time, it was go time.
Yeah. Newton said what's crazy is that he trains like crazy. Those other guys did not make excuses when they didn't win.
Yeah.
They knew.
100%. All right, Chris.
Let's get out of here, bro.
I think we're good. That's going to be it for the Night Sitters. This has been Joey Edge along with Chris Martinez and all of you on the front porch. We are front porch sitting. See you next time, Sitters. Lasers for likes.
Somebody,
Come on.
There we go. There we go, baby.